And we're back for our weekly community update after taking a week off. We've got Ron Sari from the Waupaca Area School District and Aaron Jensen from the City of Waupaca. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Josh.
Good morning.
And I think the big topic on this week's update is talking about reopening, or what's next as we work through the whole COVID situation. And let's start with the city, because there'll be some reopening happening right now or happening sooner than the school. So if we go in order of time, the city's going to be opening things up sooner. So Aaron, what's the latest? What's going on right now with the city?
Yeah, thanks, Josh. So we just entered into phase 2 last week, June. When was that? No, it was this week, June 17th. Yes, thank you. And that will be in phase 2 will be in place until July 7th, when our next council meeting is, when we'll look to move to phase 3. Just to outline phase 2, City Hall is the same. We've been operating and open since phase 1 in a fairly normal capacity. Customers won't see that much of a difference other than some of the precautions, plexiglass shields, those things put in place. So we're continuing at City Hall. The other thing is the rec center has moved from by appointment only in phase 1 to a capacity limits in phase 2. So each of their spaces, half gymnasiums, exercise room, all of that has some capacity limits. This time of the year, we feel like we're not going to have an issue with having to ask people to leave with those capacity limits, because it's nice out. People are out in the parks. That type of activity is happening. So that's what you can see from the rec center right now. And then the library has increased their hours in phase 2 with the use of the computers and continuing the curbside pickup. So that's kind of their ramping up in phase 2. And then phase 3, we're all looking to get to more of a normal pattern with all of those precautions in place that we've been doing. And like I said, that's going to be after the 4th of July is what we're looking at there. I do want to note that actually at the tail end of phase 1, Josh, our beach, we staffed it with lifeguards. People were using our beach anyway. We had some hot weekends in there. We figured we had 13 lifeguards that were kind of, hey, we're ready to go whenever you guys are. And we talked to the public health department. We said, hey, we've got people using it. Let's make sure they're safe from the drowning aspect of using the beach. And the public health department said, yeah, I agree. That makes sense. So we actually opened that up and put guards out at the end of phase 1, and that'll continue throughout the rest of the summer. From a parks program standpoint, Andrew and Cassandra are working hard to put together programs. What they're looking at doing is maybe offering anywhere from 5 to 6 programs that will get the kids out. They might be a little alternative to what we're typically seeing. Soccer has 400 some kids in it typically. So can we do soccer camps? Can we do like a cross country type program where we can maintain that social distancing? I know they've talked about a disc golf type program. So those are the things you can expect. And there's going to be some pretty cool promotional stuff coming out in the next few weeks out of our parks department. So we're looking forward to that. We are excited to get back to some semblance of normal. And yeah, I credit our staff for working through these last few months and all of the changes that have come with it. And we can see a little bit of normalcy in the near future. So that's good.
And let's talk about the school a little bit. Ron, you've got a little bit of advantage of having some time to thoroughly discuss things and get a plan in place before the school year starts. You got a little bit of breathing room, but I think you've got a lot more complexities than maybe a city government does, because you've got how many hundreds of kids coming into your school every day versus maybe government services, which are more voluntary. You don't have to go to the park if you're uncomfortable. You don't have to go to the library if you're not comfortable. So there's more choice there. And I know you've been working hard. You've got a committee together where you're kind of figuring out what fall looks like. And I know one of the goals is to start the school year as normal as possible, but you're identifying different phases you might trade between depending upon conditions. So what is the latest going on with those discussions?
Yeah, the discussions are taking place throughout the week, every week. We're gearing up to be ready to hopefully soon bring in some of the other stakeholders. So it's not just the administration and some other consultants. doing all the planning. We're just trying to get our heads around what do these phases look like and what is included in each of the phases. Like you said, our goal is to start the school year with all of the kids in school. And we're hopeful that we will be able to do that and do that in a safe way. So we're planning right now between 3 to 5 different phases, similar to what Aaron described with the city. We anticipate that we could be moving in and out of these phases throughout the school year. When we get flu season, if there's a peak in this COVID at some point, we could move from a low risk phase to a moderate risk or to a high risk, depending on whatever the data shows and the advisement is. So one of the things we're hoping to do yet today, Josh, is send a survey out. We have 2 separate surveys. One will be for our parents, and the other survey will be for our staff, asking a variety of questions to solicit some input so we have some semblance of where our parents and our staff are at in regards to phases and what they can look like and levels of comfort that parents have. We do know that some parents are going to want their child taught virtually. Some have told us that, and that will be an option for those that want to keep their children home and learn virtually. We are going to be able to honor that and have a little better system in place compared to what we did all of a sudden at the end of this past school year. We're moving with a learning management system, which is sort of a software system that is called Schoology, and it's a very powerful tool. And I think our parents and our students as they get exposed to it and get taught how to use it, will find it very, very helpful and more convenient, and there'll be less confusion of checking emails and checking here and there and getting a video, and everything will be in one place here in this learning management system. So that is in the works, and as we speak, our team is working to schedule the trainings throughout the summer. So
now, this learning management system, was this something you were going to put in place regardless, or did this kind of come out of the whole COVID and the remote learning?
It was in the works.
Okay.
I don't think we would be implementing it this summer. I think it may have been at some point into the future. It was on our radar. And when this happened, we're like, holy moly. I think because it's going to be a useful tool, whether you're doing virtual or you're in face-to-face, it's just a very useful tool. So we just put it on the fast track just to be prepared for the opening of the 2021 school year. So there's a lot going on, and I mean, change is happening. And I guess my point in sharing this is just that hopefully the community will realize that plans are being made. We are going to be working hard to get our stakeholders' input and ensuring the safety of our staff and our students, and know that there is choice out there.
Something else that the school and the city and the chamber are jointly working on, which we've talked about before, is this grant writer position, which seems to be something pretty innovative for a community our size. And when you've got 3 organizations working together, it takes a little time to get all the governing boards to approve things. And now it's on the point that it's been approved and it's moving forward. What's the status on that?
Well, it's posted with all 3 of our organizations. Like you said, the city through their social media and website, the chamber and the school district. And we're going to go through the first batch of applications on July 10th and start that process of analyzing them and going through the hiring process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have received a few calls from people that are interested within the community already. And I just want to reiterate, if you have any questions on it, if you are interested, we are happy to answer those questions, because like Ron said, it's a unique position. There probably are a lot of questions on how does this work? How does it look? I know Ron and Terry and myself are all willing to take a call and talk you through it. And we look forward to meeting with some good candidates and looking through those applications on July 10th. So we've said it a million times, but what an awesome opportunity provided by Mr. and Mrs. Neville, and we're just excited to see where it can lead.
Well, Ron, Aaron, thanks for your time again this week to chat. And seems like the big theme is how to reopen safely. And I know both organizations are slowly moving toward what's smart and safe to get to that point. So,
thanks for the opportunity, Josh. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh.